Hey guys, it is Dr. Anthony from Absolute Chiropractic, and just wanted to take a quick second to chat with you guys about some new research that I just saw come out earlier this month, put out by the Journal of the American Medical Association. Now, I know sometimes if I start a video or a podcast or whatever and I say that I want to talk about new research, I know that just sounds like the most exciting thing in the entire world. I know that's a little bit sarcastic, but bear with me on it, and it's really fascinating. So it's actually looking at C-sections and what C-sections basically can be associated with. Now, if you guys have followed or listened to me at all, sometimes I'll talk about a lot of the effects of cesarean sections, just simply because of the trauma on the head and neck, by coming out that direction, the issues with not going through the birth canal and missing out on a lot of the normal flora and immune system development that do come up that way. And there's been tons of research that's come out in the past that actually looks at autoimmune issues, asthma, allergies coming from C-section. But the Journal of American Medical Association actually came out and recently said that C-sections were associated with an increased rate of neurodevelopmental disorders, like, just to name some, like ADHD and autism, OCC, ODD, stuff like that. Now that's really, really, really fascinating, because we know one of the things that we know is that the nervous system controls or coordinates the function of every system in the entire body. We know if there's any trauma to that, if there's any issues with gut development, the immune system development, that the brain, the gut, the nervous system, emotion, they're all actually connected. It's just really interesting to see that because of the trauma that happens during something like a C-section, that we can have these increased rates of these things. So I don't want to bring this up to kind of scare us or anything like that. I bring this up to say that the conservative approach, when appropriate, I believe is always best. Now, things like birth intervention, forceps, vacuum, cesarean section, if you guys think about it, they are intended to save lives. That's what they should be there for. Emergency type situations, they're intended to save lives. What we want to do is say, okay, outside of those life-saving type scenarios, what can we do to ensure the healthiest, happiest birth possible? Step one, right? What can we do to ensure the healthiest, happiest birth possible? As one of the reasons that I'm obsessed, just like really, really, really obsessed with prenatal chiropractic care. And this isn't like coming at 39 weeks when we have just pain. But this is like, I want to make sure that my spine, my nervous system is in the best position possible. I want to make sure that my pelvis is in the absolute best position possible, moves as well as it possibly can, to ensure that I'm going to have the healthiest, happiest birth that I possibly can throughout pregnancy. That's the reason that I'm obsessed with that. Making sure that all the soft tissue surrounding the pelvis, make sure all the ligaments that are attached from the sacrum to the uterus have the right amount of tension, to just make sure that this is going to be as well as it possibly can, to just have as much prevention there as well as optimal health possible. As well as saying, even if we do have to go through a birth intervention like additional manual traction, Pitocin, epidural, in emergency type situations, we've made all the right decisions to be able to have the best birth possible. Let's just say these things were originally intended for emergencies, so emergencies do happen. Let's say that we do have to have something like an emergency C-section. We know there's going to be trauma to the head and neck. We know that there's going to be abnormalities in gut flora and immune system development. Let's make positive decisions afterwards, right? And regardless of how birth is, healthy, emergency, not, even if we give birth in a field with no extra force, right? Let's go ahead and make sure that we get checked by a pediatric chiropractor to ensure that the brain, the nervous system are all going to develop as well as they possibly can, because sick kids grow up to be sick adults and healthy kids grow up to be healthy adults. And man, I'm going to choose healthy kids every single day. Anyway, guys, Dr. Anthony from Absolute Chiropractic. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want a link to the study, feel free to put it in the comments below. If there's any topics or questions, especially when it comes to research or anything else that's more exciting, please let me know as well. I want to continue to bring you guys some value, bring you guys some good, interesting topics. So for now, have a great weekend. It's going to be Labor Day this weekend. We're going to be at the Lobster Fest in Bradley Beach all weekend, giving out complimentary nerve system evaluations, so feel free to stop by. If you're a chiropractic member, say hey, or if you're not, we'd love to do an evaluation of the nervous system to see how your body's functioning and see if maybe we can get some answers for you. Have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy the last little bit of summer.